In this video, we're going to be talking about the quickest way to go from 0 to 10K Instagram followers in 2023. I'm going to be moving kind of quick here. I'm going to give you a few different options. We're going to talk about some of the common answers that you're going to get online and why they might not be a good idea, so you know what strategies to stray away from. And yeah, we're just going to get right to the value here. So if that sounds good to you, subscribe to the channel, and you can find me on Instagram at socialbamboo with an underscore at the end if you have any questions. All right, so let's get right into it. We are not going to be talking about buying followers, engagement groups, follow, unfollow, anything that you've likely heard before, like buck 80, commenting strategy. We're not going to be talking about like, here's how to stay on your phone all day and comment everywhere and maybe get followers. We are going to briefly talk about, though, of course, going viral as a means of doing so. Going viral is way easier said than done. I think everyone listening to this video right now has been trying it for a while. Maybe you've gone viral a time or two on TikTok if you caught a trend, or maybe a time or two on Instagram Reels, and you know how many followers that translates to. And a lot of times it's not really what people were expecting. Like, even if you get 100,000 views on something, you might not even be seeing like 1,000 followers from that. You could very well be seeing like 500 or even less than that from 100,000 views, because every social media platform is at its maturity stage right now. All the major ones, at least. Of course, I'm not talking about the up-and-comers, but anything that like has, you know, a real audience and a lot of attention on it. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Google, all of those are at a place of maturity. So for that reason, you don't have like this follower frenzy like you see when you get onto TikTok in the early days. Like, if you went viral, you'd also get a ton of followers because people aren't really following anyone yet. So they're like, all right, well, I'll follow this guy because I'm following 3 people in total. And yeah, that's just how it's a lot easier to gain followers at that phase of a platform's growth. So for that reason, going viral, which is easier said than done in the first place, and then even if you do, it's probably not going to translate to the followers immediately. All right, there's of course exceptions to this, but for most of you out there who are small business owners, it can be very difficult to go viral if you're trying to make content about your products and everything, like as you should, but it's hard to like find a way to do it and go viral. Otherwise, you wouldn't even be listening to this video right now if you already had this tactic down. But I do want to mention, of course, going viral is always an option, and it's not like within our control though. So this is how I'd like to tell you guys to do it. And it does involve paid ads. But if I'm really going to answer the question, how would you go from 0 followers to 10K followers and then be real, actual targeted customers who will eventually buy from you? All right. I should have mentioned this at the beginning. Like, we're not just saying like how to get 10K followers, like buy them, right? That's the quickest way to get 10K followers. We're talking about how to get 10K potential customers on this video right now. So smash the like button if that sounds like something that you want to learn about. We are talking about how to get 10K customers. So another way people would look at this is like, can I just promote a post? Can I just go on Instagram, just press the promote button, press automatic, and how much do I have to turn it to? There is a way to get followers from promoting a post. It is way easier said than done, though. I've said that too many times, sorry. And it's not as simple as just picking any post and promoting it. You have to be very strategic with how you do this. I've only been able to do it with about 3 posts in the last couple years. I've only tried it a few times, but like 3 of them I've done really, really well, where I've done the strategy. It's another video on my channel. I'm going to link that, but I will tell you what I'm about to cover is going to be a much more guaranteed way to get them. And that video actually only pertains to educational businesses. So if you are a product-based business, if you don't do any kind of educational videos, then that strategy won't pertain to you. But that is the one other way I've seen to get followers from promoting a post. It does not get you customers though. So it still does not really answer the question of this video, because in that case, when you do like automatic placements on Instagram, just like the boost post, or if you go on Facebook and click boost post, just like right from your feed, then and you do like the automatic placements, it is just looking for the cheapest possible people it can show your ad to. It is not looking into their buying behavior and making sure they meet like demographics of someone who does online shop and is your target customer. They're just looking for anyone who has any kind of remote interest in your market at the cheapest price. So that's why promoting a post on Instagram, even if you can get followers from it, the chances that those turn into sales is very, very, very low. I've really been in this game for a long time. I've worked with a lot of people who promoted posts. I've done a lot of this, guys. I can tell you the chances from promoting any kind of post and it turning into sales eventually is very low, such to the point that it's not usually a good idea to even do it. So here is the answer. The way to get 10,000 followers that are targeted customers is to run a giveaway for the exact offer you are looking to sell. Now, you've probably seen some giveaways online, and I'll tell you, most of them are run completely wrong when they're like this post, tag 3 friends, share this to your story, a bunch of things people don't want to do. Those don't work. And if you're giving away some random prize like headphones and Amazon gift card, this will also not really get you the followers you want. But let's say that you are trying to sell content creator equipment. So if I was trying to get an audience of content creators where I'm trying to sell them microphones and boom stands and the ring lights and all of that kind of stuff, what I could do is a giveaway for like a $500. Don't get caught up on the price tag, but even if it's like $100 or something, still exciting. Still works really, really well, honestly, anything over 100. But if it's like a $500 like content creator kit that you're giving away, who's going to enter that? Only people who want to get into content creation, right? So the lead magnet does have to be the product that you're trying to sell. Because if you give away anything else than the product you're trying to sell, you're going to attract people who are entering for reasons other than wanting to buy your stuff. If you give away like, oh, we're giving a free ebook out, then that's cool, but you're just going to get people who are interested in that knowledge, and they may or may not be interested in actually buying your product. The only way to get a lead magnet that only attracts people who are interested in your offer specifically is a giveaway for that offer. Otherwise, you're just trying to sell it, right? So of course you can run ads where you just try to sell the product, but these are the most complicated ads out there to get profitable, especially if you're in e-commerce. It's not something I would recommend unless you are pretty damn good at running ads. You may have experience and know what I'm talking about if you've tried it by now, but if you've tried to make an ad where you sell your product directly from the ad, it is pretty difficult. In this model, because we're just giving the product away for free, we don't have to have like our copywriting perfect. Even like the audience doesn't have to be like super dialed in yet. You don't have to have like your pricing and like the offer and all of that stuff like perfect yet to get people to participate. All they have to do is want it enough for free, and then they will become part of your audience. So this is how it actually turns into followers though. So on the first step of them entering, we actually just collect name and email, just the quickest step, and completely ad compliant too is the reason why we just collect name and email. So it says, hey, we're giving away this $500 content creator kit to a lucky winner. This is for our 10th anniversary in business. We're just trying to give back to our followers. So if you would like to enter to win, just do your name and email here, and we will let you know if you won or not in the next couple weeks. And they put in their name and email. And then on the next page, it will say, you're in, you've got one entry. If you'd like to increase your chances to win, you can follow us on Instagram, hey, like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, comment on this YouTube video, fill out this survey, follow our podcast, really anything you want. Follow you on Pinterest. And in this video, I'm really not just talking about how to gain 10K Instagram followers, but I'm talking about how to get 10K everywhere. And all of it can be done in one campaign, really. As far as how to get 10K, that's just going to be you spending however much it takes you to get there, which I would say on average would be $3,000 to $6,000 that a business would have to spend. I'll give you like that wider range, but using this model that I'm talking about, which I'm actually going to give you a free course as well that lays out how to do this. So if you want to get that, that is linked in the description. You can get the free course that lays out the format of how to structure the ads and the additional entries and all of this stuff. And you can also book a call with me, and we'll speak about this for 45 minutes. If you're super serious and you want to make sure that you crush this the first time, that is also an option. But what you're going to do is after they do all these additional entry steps, so you've got their email and then you got Instagram, Facebook, you get them on all these other platforms. And then at the very end of the giveaway, you say, all right, we've got our winner. It's Sally from New York. For the 5,000 of you who lost, thank you so much for playing. As a consolation prize, you can get 20% off on that very product you entered to win over the next week, right? Or just whatever deal you want to do. Of course, like infinite options there, just making an example. But we might as well run an offer to these people because they just entered to win. They didn't win. And we know one thing about them, and that is that they want your product to some level. If it's just for free, no problem. You follow us everywhere. If you ever want to buy it, you're part of our audience. And now we have an audience of people who followed us on the basis that they're interested in our products, not that they're interested in some reel that we made where we just did a trending audio and crammed our product into it, right? Like they're following you on the exact reason that you want them to follow you. So a lot of these can play out, but if they are already to buy and they're like, okay, I didn't win, but I could still use that. And then, hey, here's the deal if you do it now, then a lot of these people actually end up buying at the end, which is how you just recoup your ad costs in most cases, right? If you are able to do this effectively, which I know I'm laying it out as simply as I can on this video, but I will say, just like everything else in marketing, once you get in there and really start making it, you're like, okay, but what about the technical part here and the coding and like what programs do I use and all that? If you want help with that, get my free course or book the free call with me, and I'll just really like talk to you about it on the phone and get you all the information that you need, all your questions answered. Of course, I do have a paid program where I hold your hand through this entire thing and just make sure that you knock it out of the park the first time, all right? I've been doing this for 4 years now. Over the last 2 years, I haven't had anyone get lower than 1,000 entries. So if you just want to make sure I want 1,000 minimum for sure, then check that out. At least book the free call with me. Otherwise, I'm just happy to give you the strategy today because I know some of you will be able to take it and run with it and get some really good results, especially if you get that free course in the description and get a little bit more insight as to how to build it. It does talk about the program that I use in there to build this whole thing. So that is a big value point in itself. But this is really the only way I could see to answer this question. If I came out with content on anything else, I think I'd really be doing you a disservice because all these other YouTubers that are like, here's how to go from 0 to 10K, like just make sure you make awesome content and, do these many hashtags, be active this often per day and post this often and post this many stories and comment this much and send these DMs. And they're just giving you all this busy work for a very low probability of it even playing out for you in the end. Because by the time you even start to get traction, the algorithm might get even more competitive. And it's just not a good way to grow. When you are doing something like this, the giveaway, because the only way they can enter is by following you, they just kind of have to. So it just gives them that extra reason that people need nowadays rather than just saying like, hey, pretty cool reel, right? Follow for part 2. It's like it just doesn't work as well as we'd like it to. So if I'm really answering your question, what's the quickest way to get to 10K followers? What's the quickest way to get to 1,000 followers? It would be doing this method. So I hope you got some great value today. Like the video, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Okay, I'm here for you if you have any questions at all. I will answer every comment and I will also reply to every single DM that I get. My name's Derek Videll. I appreciate you watching. Talk to you next time.